Is this the fast tech? It is. One of many AKM styles. PteN scouts it. Don't mind the choice to scout when it comes to AKM, because you need to know, can I creep, can I harass? Or sometimes AKM just goes many towers and fast techs, in which case you wouldn't really want to harass. You'd instead want to creep. It looks like PteN's coming across the map. 2 flame strikes used to clear this camp. And here comes the Farseer. Can he get any sorts of peasants? Maybe he can get the Blood Mage. This priest could be purchased. Wouldn't be the worst of choices. One peasant. Nearly. Eventually that one's going to go down. No way PteN's going to let that fly. For now, just pressure on the blue damager. And PteN is very much the player to go for some weird all-in to try to break AKM. He's not one to play it standard. I do think against AKM, against all of his styles, just playing standard Tier 2 expansion, TC, Raider Walker Shaman, or not Raider Walker Shaman, Raider Shaman, Grunt, all that stuff. Blood Mage Dead is the best way to do it. But everything is good with this early game harass. Had to make a new profile for Windows. Jesus. And now he's going to be able to steal away probably the Berserker, and of course get level 2 off this Priest. And PteN not even building Headhunters. Blood Mage is back, and Arcane Vault to heal him up in the future.
A player's forces are under attack.
But the Farseer is just going to keep on creeping, and the Blood Mage is going to creep much slower, but he will get level 2. Ring of Regen, by the way. If that Blood Mage did live, would have been super useful. And the Farseer is going to have to back up to heal after this camp, but at least he's still away some creeps, and of course did some decent damage. Oh! Nice last hit. A little bit unfortunate the Grunt was ensnared when he was. Or else that would have not gone to AKM. Very big boost to the experience in Tier 2. Only now started. Jesus. He goes for this... I call it a fast tech play, but really it's just a footmanless play. But it's so delayed. Because of how many militia he calls. Because the peasants lost and 3 towers before teching. Well, 2. 2.5. Militia called to go for the green. And Raider Walker, TC, for PteN. Not too crazy. Probably going to go for level 3 TC, go for Shockwave, and then try to all-in the main base. Would not be the worst of choices. Of course, by the time he gets level 3 TC, AKM's going to barely have any Tier 2 units if he creeps efficiently. And by efficiently, I mean probably bam, 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 or bam, 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 probably more likely. And then get salves on the Farseer and go from here. That would probably be the best way to do it. We'll see if he's able to do all those without being harassed by a soon-to-be level 3 Blood Mage. Ring of Regen helping the Blood Mage. Secure the level 3, and then... yeah, the difficulty always is, yeah, get into your TC level 3. While the Blood Mage is flame striking your peasants over and over again, or your peons in this case. And PteN going to prioritize getting level 3 Farseer. Not the worst of choices. And he's going to clear the Expo first, which allows him to go for the early Expo, which is what he's going to do. Okay, so he's playing it more or less standard, just with walkers instead of shamans. Surprised the cloak was sold by AKM. He gets boots, but the cloak would be pretty useful for him. Here's the first Flame Strike harass. PteN already aware as we see him burrow up. AKM, can he get the angle? He does, but PteN is ready for it. A little bit of damage on 2 peons, though. And TC creeping will continue. Stomp, though, not Shockwave. Surprised. In tier 3 tech. See, like, if PteN had gone Shockwave, imagine 3 level 2 Shockwaves into this, and the base is broken. You can still go for the expansion and do this. No problemo. He'll just chase this Blood Mage around all day.
A player's forces are under attack.
Another Flame Strike. Doesn't hit the Burrow. By the way, you can't see Burrow health when peons are in it. That's a bit weak. Oh, Blood Mage is going to be forced into a TP. Or stomped and killed. And he stomped and killed. Unfortunate. Didn't realize. 4 Sanctums? Come on, AKM, really? Thought that was a bug on my overlay. But it wasn't. This is indeed 4 Arcane Sanctums, everybody. How is he going to afford all this? Well, he's got 1,000 gold, but... And the lumber will even out. The only reason he's low on lumber is because he just built 4 Sanctums. And went tier 3, so... Maybe this is just standard AKM practice. But again, if the TC... Like, imagine he just creeps this green, or what could he creep? Imagine he just crept this green and then pushed. What would AKM have? A couple Sorks? He'd be 2/3 of the way to tier 3, and he'd have to defend his main base against this army. Well, where are the walkers, actually? I say this army, but there's only now a walker. Okay, he's pushing, but he doesn't have level 3 Torn Chieftain. That level 2... Well, he's got Stomp, so he wouldn't have had level 2 Shockwave anyway, but... It's still a decent timing. But not a GG timing, I would argue. It's killing 1 of 4 Sanctums right now. And AKM did finish it before it died. And here's the first walker. But how do you break these towers without Shockwave? I don't think you do. PteN does have an expansion up. Is he transferring peons? Not quite yet. Is he building peons? He is. The Blood Mage is almost back out. Yeah, if you let AKM get this army, it becomes very, very difficult to fight. Against Polymorph, he's going to have the AoE Dispel. Of course, against Polymorph with Shamans is very, very tough. But it's still, I mean, especially if he gets a Knight out or something like that. 2 Knights. Or an Archmage for Blizzard. It becomes very, very difficult to fight with a tier 2 Orc army, or even sometimes a tier 3 Orc army, because Polymorph is just really good. But typically, as the Orc, you don't let them get there. And PteN hasn't necessarily let AKM get away with it, because he has his expansion up, so he's still in a winning position, PteN. But, like I say, if he lets him get to this ultimate 70 supply caster army, it's going to be extremely difficult. Even with the economic edge. Raiders. PteN content just to chill here for now. See, if he had Shockwave, again I say it, you'd be able to poke at these casters. Shockwave, Chain Lightning, force them into the back. Pressure the shot maybe, pressure the Sanctums a bit. Even if it costs you a heal scroll, even if it costs you all your mana, you get some kills. But still controlling the map, stealing camps away, the Blood Mage is just going to be chilling and trying to harass as much as he can. By the way, we see a Wind Rider. You would think Polymorph doesn't work on Wind Riders, but it does. And here it is. Not an upgrade you see very often. Looks very cool, though. One of the coolest looking tomes in the game, actually. An undervalued tome. Here's the picture of the master training. Flame Strike, and I'll find 2 peons. Oh, almost 3. Does find 3. Oh, I thought it would, but that one's really low HP. Oh, you can't click on peons and burrows anymore? I swear I used to be able to, or maybe it's just constructing buildings. Oh, now the burrow's gonna go down. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is where AKM controls the game. Does he have dust? I don't see dust. Could perhaps disenchant on the ground? If he's really lucky, he would get the Blood Mage, but no, not going to go for it. It did disenchant somewhere, but I think that was just on the slow. $60 against 49. I have lost a game in this exact position against AKM. Minus the walkers. I had shamans. But I had my expansion up. I was controlling the game. I had a really good early game with killing the blood mage. I defended his harass pretty well. I was up 20 supply, and then AKM broke upkeep, was on one base, pushed my expansion. I tried to defend it, and he owned me. That's why I say, you've got to do something. You can't just let him macro up. Because I have lost a game just like this. Just like this. But we'll see. PteN's towering up. He's still at the advantage supply-wise, and of course at the advantage hero-wise. And PteN just defending. He's got enough lumber for the time being. He's even got 6 on gold. Keeps a raider here. I guess blocking the base, no? The blood mage can't get back here. He has to flame strike from here. And here comes AKM. Is this the final push? It's not that strong of an army, but he's really been forced into a corner because PteN's had this expansion for so long. One Doctor good versus this? Not too bad. That's, yeah, if you go shamans, that's the advantage that you have against walkers. Well. But against these polymorph sorks, the walkers are much better. Flame Strike gets a couple of peon kills. Of course, no burrow there to save them. And there's not infinite mana for these human casters, let's not forget. No level 2 aura here, which we're so used to seeing at this stage in the game. And there's the first polymorph, but immediately disenchanted. And the stomp is good. Flying sheep. Push invulnerability and heal scroll force right away. This TC has a lot of mana, everybody. And it looks as though PteN is kind of dominating this fight. The blood mage might die. Oh, the stomp is missed. We'll call it a ping issue. Speed scroll in. You could just kill the whole army if you wanted. There's no TP. AKM could buy a TP and town portal from here if you wanted to get out. But for now, he might just lose everything. TC has no more stomps. Walkers are out of mana, except for this one has one more disenchant. AKM down 12 supplies still. PteN with a ton of gold currently. Level 4 on the CORSAIR. Oh, the chain lightning's good. AKM close to killing a lot, but he needs to land a couple more flame strikes like that one. Walkers are officially... Nope, one more's got a disenchant now. But even if AKM cleans this army up, PteN's got 1100 gold. And the hero levels, let's not forget, we're not that close to Orange Bird. And AKM is completely out of army. One more walker dies, though. Second walker could be morphed. Will be morphed. Flame Strike. Not possible on a moving target, really. PteN, how close to TC5? Not really. AKM leaves the game. And PteN will move on to probably play Hitman as we're getting closer and closer to the quarterfinals.